What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva, and knowledge. Lady Mocha represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Again, I want to thank all of y'all for still helping my channel to grow, for still blessing my channel to continue to keep flourishing. I know I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. So again, I have to give a big ups to all of my subscribers. Again, ladies, you guys, y'all rock. I'm a little over 6,000 subscribers, and again, I got to thank each and every one of y'all for that, because I know I could not pull this off by myself. Also, I know I have been putting on my community tab. If y'all have been keeping up, and I know some of y'all actually y'all reply, y'all comment when I post things in the community tab. I still have those recipes coming up, rest assured. I am working on my recipe, treat your penis as a prized possession. All women aren't worth breeding your seed. Trust and believe, I got that coming up very soon. I have not forgotten about it. I just been pretty tied up, so a lot of these things I have to work on. So just rest assured, I got those recipes coming. I also got another recipe that I'm going to be doing. Good dick is the desperate black woman's demise. I'm also going to do that recipe coming up. So I know I haven't gotten to it, but just be patient. I'm going to be working on it. I'm going to have these recipes uploaded very, very soon. So I just didn't want anybody to think I'm posting stuff and I'm not following up on my word that I'm going to be doing these recipes. I got them coming, but you know, if you want to serve a good dish, you got to take your time, make sure it's simmering, make sure you gave it time to marinate, so that you know it comes out really, really good, versus you just rushing and throwing it out there. You know, it could become a hot mess. So anyway, just be on the lookout for those uploads. They're coming very soon. So I thought it was very imperative that I spoke upon this particular issue, because I'm starting to notice that it is becoming a constant issue now in the black YouTube sector. And what I'm starting to notice is that there are a lot of struggle channels that are now more and more starting to clout off of the popular YouTubers. Now, me, myself, I consider myself a struggle YouTuber, and I'm okay with that. I'm proud of that. You know, I feel like we all have to crawl before we walk. And everybody who is big and popular now, they was not always there. A lot of them have gotten help, being a part of the most popular black YouTube sectors in the black YouTube space. Others have gotten popular by beefing and getting into it with other black YouTube content creators. So everybody has not gotten their success genuinely, and everybody has not become successful based on just being authentic and being drama free. A lot of the popularity that a lot of these black YouTube content creators have gained over the years has a lot to do with a lot of the chaos they have involved themselves in. If not that, like I said, they started off by becoming popular by joining forces with the most popular YouTube content creators in the most popular black sectors. And once they had reached a certain milestone, they decided to branch off and do their own thing. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can start off in a movement, and once you branch off and do your own thing, you can become bigger than the movement that you originally put you on. And it happens a lot, you know, and that is just the chance that you take when you decide to bring somebody on into your space, into your place. They can become bigger than you, they can become more successful than you, and that happens a lot. You know, it's no different than your friend who don't have a damn job, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna look out for you right now. My company, they're hiring, so I know you need some work because you got to pay your bills. You bring your friend to the job and you help them get the job, and they started off just like you, just being a regular co-worker. Here it is, something about that friend of yours, their personality stands out more, or they have more credentials, or whatever the case is. They end up getting a quicker promotion. And here it is, you done been there, what, 10, 15 years, and you were constantly overlooked. and you never got any recognition, and here it is, this person you put on who's only been there for 3 or 6 months, already they promoting them to become director, to become manager, when you've been there busting your ass, all these years. And it can be a slap in the face, when you put somebody else on and they end up growing and doing better than you, and that's just the chance you take. But a real friend, you know what I'm saying, is going to congratulate you, you know what I mean, even if it means you climb the ladder, or they climb the ladder quicker than you know what I'm saying. So but not everybody has that gift to naturally just be happy for other people, even if it means they didn't get the recognition that they truly deserve. Especially black folks, we don't have that gift to really be happy for others when they become more successful than us, especially when we were the ones who put them on and got them started. But it's life and it happens. So I definitely wanted to get into talking about struggle channels clouding off of popular YouTubers. I'm starting to notice now that this is becoming a consistent and constant trend in the black YouTube sector. Now, I've noticed, how a lot of struggle channels, such as myself, when people are smaller, when content creators, it seems to me that when content creators, when their channels are smaller, it seems like that is when they are the most authentic. Because when you're not, I feel like when you're not on that popular victim scale, it's kind of like you have no choice but to be real in your art, because at this point in time, it's not really about impressing anyone. It's about just getting yourself out there, and it's about building. That's the initial foundation that a lot of content creators, when you first start building a platform, when you first begin being a content creator, your focus is not so much about popularity. Your focus is more on getting your message put out there and sharing your knowledge. That's usually, in most cases, that's the priority for a struggle YouTuber that's just coming out with their platform. But what tends to happen, and if you're not careful and you're not woke to what's going on, you can easily fall into that entrapment of getting bit by the YouTube struggle bug, meaning that you don't feel like you are where you need to be as a content creator. So now you are taking desperate measures to basically get to that level that you're trying to get to. And what is starting to happen in the black YouTube sector is that struggle channels now are going after the most popular YouTubers. More and more black content creators, and I say black men and black women, okay, because we're not just going to pick on one gender and just say it's black men that's clout chasing, it's the black YouTube content creator men that are clout chasing, or it's just the black women content creators that are clout chasing. No, both are guilty. Both are guilty. Both black men and black women with struggle platforms, both are becoming more infatuated with gunning for popular YouTube channels. That way their channel can grow. And like I stated, this is what's becoming a consistent issue. I'm starting to notice it's becoming a trend. It is becoming a pattern. You have struggle YouTubers that are attacking or challenging popular content creators. And how they're going about this now is that basically when you have a YouTuber that preaches a certain narrative, or their content is based on a certain narrative, and there's a popular YouTube content creator that goes against their struggle platform narratives, it becomes an open door for them to challenge the popular YouTuber. For instance, let's say if I'm a black female content creator with a struggle platform, and I'm constantly bashing black men. That is what I do. I'm always bashing black men, talking about how black men are deadbeats, black men are no good, black women need to level up and date other men of other races and stop dealing with black men. If that was the narrative that I constantly pushed on my platform, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to gun for the popular content creator that has the opposite narrative of what I'm trying to promote. In other words, if I'm always bashing black men on my platform, that is what my platform is built off of, bashing black men, I'm going to challenge either a black male content creator that bashes black women, or I am going to gun the black female content creator, the popular one, who supports black men. I'm going to go either after one or the other or both. Because what is starting to happen is, I think what's going on with a lot of the black content creators in the black YouTube sector is that they're getting discouraged that their numbers are not where they need them to be. Also, I think what's going on is a lot of black content creators aren't feeling like their message is being heard. And what better way to make your message heard by going after the top dog? And I think what has happened is now, all of these content creators who started off very authentic, and they were basically just trying to promote knowledge, trying to share wisdom, wanting to add to the knowledge of what the black YouTube sector hasn't really been speaking upon. A lot of, struggle content creators initially, in the beginning, their focus is on just trying to promote their message. They just want to promote their message and share their knowledge. All of that now is slowly but surely going out the door. And because you have a lot of content creators that don't feel like they are being heard, they don't feel like their channel is getting the boost that it needs, is getting the acknowledgement that it needs. So now what has happened is we have resorted to a new level of now attacking popular content creators that go against the narratives that we preach. Because what better way to gain promotion but through beef? Let's face it. It's unfortunate that that is how the black YouTube sector is operating now. The only way you can be heard is you have to go in on another more successful content creator. And what we're doing now is, now you have a lot of struggle channels, and I don't mean struggle in a bad way. I don't know why when people hear the word struggle, they automatically want to get offended. We all have struggles, okay? Even those who are popular, even those who are successful, they did not get there overnight. They had to make a lot of sacrifices. They had to keep paying money to update their equipment, to update their microphones, to get the best laptops that aren't always freezing up and kicking them off panels and stuff like that. All of us have had to struggle to get to where we are. So that's not a bad thing. But now it's like people have reached a new level of desperation to where they are willing to do whatever it takes to be heard. They're willing to do whatever it takes to get the attention that they want for their channel. And if that means gunning for the most successful popular content creators, that's what they're doing. Now you have black men and black women with smaller YouTube platforms. They are ranting and raving for hours and hours at a time about the most successful content creators. But what they're doing is they're not giving the successful content creators any props. They're not giving them, any positive recognition. Instead, they are basically, gunning for the successful popular content creators by bashing their narratives, by basically trying to convince other people of why they should not be supporting this black woman over here because she's a successful YouTube content creator. And regardless, even though a lot of her narratives may go against what he feels as a black man, it's not stopping people from supporting her. It's not stopping people. It's not even stopping other black men from supporting her. And I really think what's starting to happen is too, you have a lot of black male content creators. They are becoming more infuriated with black male subscribers that are rocking with black female content creators, especially if that black female content creator is going against the narratives of black men. You have a lot of black male content creators that see male subscribers and even see male content creators who support these women, these black female content creators and their views about black men. What's going on is a lot of the black male content creators are seeing these dudes as traitors. Like, how can you support a black female who goes against the narratives of black men and this and that and the third? And although I understand, I agree, you know what I mean, to a certain degree, but at the same time, a lot of these black men may be rocking with this particular female, not because you don't rock with her for the same reason. You may just don't rock with her because she's a black woman, period. But you have other men, they know how to look past just that. They're not looking at just her as the individual. They actually admire her knowledge. They actually respect her knowledge. They actually, okay, I know she a black woman, and I know she be pissing on us black men, but at the same time, she is telling some truth. She is speaking some knowledge. She is making some sense. I do respect her knowledge as a black woman. But if you're a black male content creator and you just cannot stand the fact that a black woman has anything to say about a black man, you're going to automatically think any dude that represents or supports her is simping, when really he's not simping. He just has a mind of his own, and because he's not supporting your channel and your platform and not going along with what you say, you automatically want to consider him weak or a simp, when it's the exact opposite. In actuality, it takes a lot of courage to still support a black woman, knowing how a lot of these black men in these spaces cannot stand black men who support black women. So for a black man to be willing to still support a black woman, knowing he's going to be called simp, knowing he's going to be called better male and all this and that takes a lot of heart. That takes a lot of that takes a lot of courage. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not just going to go in on the black male content creators. You got the black female content creators that do the same thing. You have a lot of black female content creators that feel like black women who support black man channels, who are involved or interact in the black male panels and spaces. Some of these struggle or not even so much struggle, because some of them are not even really struggling with their platform, but these black female content creators, they feel like anytime a black woman supports these black man spaces or these black male content creators on platforms, that she's a mammy. She's a pick-me. I just find it very ironic with black folks. When somebody is willing to support something that we won't support, we either simping or we're being pick-me's. It's like, damn, you can't have your own mind. You know, the moment because you don't want to follow and support the narratives that everybody else is preaching, oh, you simping. Or, you know, you're a pick-me, when really you just have some people that are not tunnel vision. You got some people, they're not easy to influence. I'm one of them. I can honestly say, I'm one of those type of people. I support a little bit of everybody channel. I'm not even gonna lie. I listen to black women who bash black men. I do. I listen to a lot of them. I'm not going to go into which ones I listen to, because the truth be told, a lot of these sisters be cooking some real knowledge. They some of the stuff they be saying, that these black men, the way these black men move, they don't be lying. It's the God's honest truth. Some of these dudes, they just real sleazy. They real grimy. At the same time, I also rock with the black male content creators that go in on black women, because the truth is, they be schooling me and putting me on some stuff about how a lot of these black females move. You know what I mean? So I'm the kind of person, nobody cannot convince me or manipulate me to only support one type of narrative. Okay? I feel like knowledge is knowledge. Whether your narratives is speaking against black men or whether your narratives is speaking against black women. Truth is truth. Because a lot of these guys in the black YouTube sector, they have I've learned a lot about black women through listening to their content. But I'm not gonna lie, I learned a lot about black men listening to these black women speak on them. I listen to a little bit of everybody. I listen to people who, if y'all knew who I listened to, y'all would probably unsubscribe from me. Like, oh hell, Mocha listens to her. Oh, I know I can't rock with her. Mocha's a feminist. I'm not a feminist. My thing is, I just realized that you can learn knowledge from a little bit of everywhere. Okay, you cannot be a tunnel vision person. You only want to learn one way and one thing only. You have to expand your horizons. I feel like you make yourself educationally stagnant when you only want to support people who support your narratives. And that is the problem with black folks. We only want to rock with people or support people who support what we support. And you cannot grow like that. There's no growth in only wanting to learn narratives that you feel comfortable with. I remember when there was a point in time when I was at my old job, when I was a housekeeper. And being a housekeeper, it was easy. All I had to do was clean, and there wasn't really much that was required of me when I was in that position. There'd just be a housekeeper there. So when I got my criminal justice degree and a security position came up at that particular job, it was paying way more than what the housekeeper position was paying. And at first, I was not really confident in wanting to apply because I didn't feel like I knew all of what I needed to know. But fortunately, when I applied for the position, the security officer, the supervisor who was over it, he saw more potential in me than I saw in myself. And he gave me a chance to become a security officer there, knowing that I didn't even know half of what I needed to know. But instead of bashing me and making me feel bad and making me feel inferior, he said, no, I'm going to teach you the ropes. I'm going to show you how to do this, how to do that. And guess what? I ended up becoming the best goddamn security officer out there. I caught on the stuff quick. And you know what? I had a lot of some of the females hating on me out there because when I was on the same level as them, as long as I was pushing the broom or pushing them up and getting that $8.75 an hour paid like they were getting, they was okay with me. But the moment I became security and my pay went from $8 and some change to $13 and some change, now it's like, oh, she thinks she all of this now. Now she thinks she all of that. No, it's just that somebody else saw my potential in me and they were willing to give me a chance. They didn't just rule me out because I'm a black woman. And it make it so bad. It was an older white guy who hired me. You know what I'm saying? He could have hired any of them other folks out there because I was not the only one who applied for that position. He could have ruled me because I was black, because I was a woman, or because I was young. He could have picked all kind of reasons. And see, that is the problem with the black community. We want to rule people out who we despise for our own personal reasons. You got black women who despise even working with black men, who even want to do panels with black men, who even want to try to learn from black men, all because they got a personal agenda against them. You know what I mean? And you have some black men that are the same way. They won't even allow women to have a voice on their panel or their platform. Because for one, they don't even respect women and they don't really feel like black women are even worth having a voice or even to say so. So it's really, really terrible how black men and black women really treat each other in the black sector YouTube space. it's really disappointing. And you would think in 2021 we would be in a better space because of the epidemic and losing so many legends and like Chad Bossman and just so much of what we have lost. You would think we would be in a better place, but we're not there yet. So let me turn back to my point. Like I said, it's gotten to a point now where we want to be heard so bad we are willing to take desperate measures to get our point across. So now you have struggle channels that are not only going in on the most successful popular YouTubers, but now it's gotten to the point they're putting names in titles. Who does that? Now me, I have spoken about certain content creators, but very rarely do I put their names in my title, because to me that's like a form of clouting. That's a form of clouting, and I've seen a lot of black women do it, like when Kevin Samuels became very popular, when his channel started, when his channel really began surpassing most black content creators in the black YouTube space. Everybody all of a sudden has Kevin Samuels' name in a title. Either they had his name in a title to say they supported him. You had to pretend pick-me's that put Kevin Samuels' name in a title saying, I agree with Kevin Samuels. Now, why would you have to put you agree with him in his name? You know why? Because that is your clickbait to get people to click, especially black men who are fans or black women who do support Kevin Samuels. You know they're going to click on your video once you say you agree with him. You know that. If you were really confident in your channel, you wouldn't have to be putting anybody's name in your title to get people to click on and say, oh, let me see what she got to say about him. Let me see what he got to say about him. It is clouting at its finest. Y'all can call it what y'all want to call it, but anytime you put somebody else's name in your channel, especially a successful YouTuber, that's just a form of clouting. People going to click on, because people look for beef. People look for you to have something negative to say about a successful content creator so they can go back and see what that successful content creator has to say about you. And this is, how people's really platform gets popular, by beefing with the most successful content creators. Now, for instance, I won't say names, because again, it would be hypocritical of me to say how YouTubers that are using other YouTubers' names and that's how they're gaining success. But I would say this. There was a certain YouTuber, a black male content creator, who basically dug up some dirt or made some strong accusations about a successful YouTuber, basically accusing him of being a pedophile. Okay, so when he called this particular individual out, a lot of people went to his platform. A lot of people started subscribing to his platform because he basically allegedly exposed another successful popular content creator. Because let's face it, successful content creators, no matter how successful they are, just as successful as they are, as much as a lot of people like them, they got just as many people who don't like them than people who like them. For example, if you're a successful YouTube content creator and you got 10,000 subscribers, I'm just randomly speaking, and I know that's not really popular these days, but let's say if you got 10,000 subscribers, the amount of enemies is going to double that. So if you got 10,000 subscribers, I always say then that means you got 20,000 enemies. It basically doubles. It doubles itself. The more successful you are, the double of foes. The foes would double your supporters. Okay? So, when this particular YouTube content creator came out with this alleged story that this YouTuber was allegedly a pedophile, a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon because they already, like I said, he already has a large amount of people who don't really care for him like that, just because of his success. Nothing personal. They already don't care for him like that. Anytime you're a successful content creator, people can't wait for exposure on you, because they feel like exposure on you is going to cause you to lose your fan base, and then that's going to help them to be able to increase their fan base. So people can't wait to get some dirt on the most successful YouTube content creator, because once all it takes is the wrong information, especially if that successful YouTuber has always preached against something. For instance, if you have a successful YouTuber who's always preached against not dating white women, and here it is, you catch him in a scandal, and the scandal he got caught in was with a white woman, you're going to lose all respect for him. It's a lot of successful YouTubers who lost all of their success, all of their subscribers, because they got caught in a scandal that went against the narratives that they have preached consistently to their subscribers about. So it's like, okay, all this time you had me rocking with you about not dealing with these certain type of individuals, and here it is, you get caught in a scandal. So a lot of people love, and it's sad, but especially when it comes to the black community, we love to see a successful YouTuber get caught in a scandal. Cause like, see, told you so. Told you something was up with him. Told you something was up with her. She wasn't this, she wasn't this, she wasn't that. Y'all been caping, y'all been simping, y'all been supporting somebody who wasn't even real, blah, blah, blah. People cannot wait to see a successful content creator fall short. So, back to the point I'm making. So, whenever, so what happened was, this individual, like I said, when they discovered this alleged scandal, a lot of subscribers went flocking over to his channel, because they just couldn't wait to get the tea, to get the dirt on this successful YouTuber who's been on this platform for years and is still doing well, who's still progressing. Now, when the YouTuber came back to basically respond to those allegations, and they brought another family member to dispute those allegations, that YouTuber never went back and addressed the allegations he put out there once the other YouTuber basically responded and said, this is not true. This was not me. This was another family member of mine that this happened to. I noticed that YouTuber never came back. But you know what he did? He started promoting his book. He started talking about everything else. Matter of fact, he started preaching on the same narratives that the successful YouTuber he was trying to bring down. He's actually right now speaking on the same narratives that YouTuber is speaking on. So it's like, looking at it, you did all of that to get to, you try, basically he defamed the man's character. And when people went to talking, and got bit by the drama bug, and he clouded off of that. And once he got that little clout, now he's using it to his advantage. He's not even speaking anymore on the allegations that he put out there. Because once that person came back to dispute it and said, hey, this wasn't me, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I noticed that individual has not said anything else about that successful content creator, but he's making books, he's doing new shows, and I'm like, you know what, all of that was a setup. You basically exploited this man to get people who you know most likely probably didn't like him or didn't care for them. You earned some of his subscribers, or you earned his haters who don't care for him. You earned their support by coming up with this allegation that you no longer even spoke upon. And I'm like, wow, I peeped that. And I know a lot of other people probably didn't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say the names because, again, I'm not trying to earn recognition off of throwing other YouTubers up under the bus, off of bringing their name up in my content, off of putting their name in my title. Whatever success I get, I'm going to get it authentically. Okay? It's not going to be because Mocha's beefing with somebody or Mocha's or going against somebody's narratives. It's a lot of successful content creators that go against the narratives that I preach upon. And I can easily, talk bad about them. I can easily say, yeah, she always got something to say about black men, or he always got something to say about black women. I can easily do the same thing. But when you do stuff like that, yeah, at first people will love you initially. People will support you. People will start rocking with you at first when they see you are going against the successful content creators. People going to rock with you for a minute. But what tends to happen is now you are bringing a lot of unnecessary drama to your brand and to your platform. And in the words of Pastor Jakes, if you don't want to fight, why even climb your ass in the ring to begin with? If you don't want to fight, don't climb in the ring. Because sometimes when you try to do stuff, when you try to attack or challenge people to earn that certain level of success, it could come back and backfire. Especially these content creators that have a lot of support. When you gun for the most successful content creators, they have a lot of power and pull where they can get people to flag your channels, where they can get trollers, to dig up all kind of information on you. You got to be careful when you allow desperation of success to bite you in the ass, to where now you're going to challenge the most successful content creators, people who are over 100,000 subscribers. They have a lot of support. If your channel is under 10,000 subscribers, you really don't need to be gunning for these successful YouTubers. Now, my thing is, I'm not saying don't challenge their narratives. It's okay to give a different perspective. Because, again, we don't want people to be tunnel visioned. We want people to see things from more than one angle, from more than one perspective. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. For instance, a lot of my content is in support of black men. And I can gun for other women, who basically speak poorly against black men and say, yeah, on her channel, she always going in on black men. And that's because she's a this and she's a that and she's a incel, a female incel, a female Jezebel. I can do that all back and forth. But slowly but surely, the beefing is going to take me away from my main purpose of becoming a content creator, which is to share knowledge, which is to educate black men on black women, how we can become successful together. That is what has transpired in the black YouTube sector. Y'all are no longer kicking knowledge. Y'all are kicking drama now. Y'all putting all this poisonous, toxic energy out here. And this is the reason why, as black men and black women, we can't get ahead. It's one thing to climb the ladder, but you shouldn't have to step on somebody's toes to climb the ladder to become successful. Even if your channel is small right now and you're not progressing, you're not being noticed, people, the most successful content creators, they're not inviting you to their panel. You're not getting all of the subscribers, the super chat, the donations you want. It will all come in due time if you learn to be true to you, if you learn to be authentic, and stay out of the hype. Stay away from the drama. Stay away from those things that, yeah, it's going to bring you some instant recognition, but in the long run, the problems that comes along with it is going to overshadow the instant success that you may gain. Yeah, you may gain another 5 or 6 subscribers because you're going in on a successful YouTuber, but at the same time, you got to realize people in high places know people in high places. If you're trying to get your channel up off the ground, you don't need to be gunning for people that already have a lot of backup and support. That's like you being a co-worker, and basically you're trying to take the place, get the CEO's position. It's not going to be that easy. I don't care how much rumors you spread about that CEO. I don't care what scandals you catch that CEO in. If he has a lot of clout and pull, your dirty antics or your manipulative shenanigans is not going to remove him or her from their spot. In this YouTube game, you have to learn how to be true to you. You have to learn, and trust me, I'm guilty of it. One point in time, I didn't feel like my channel was getting anywhere. And what ended up happening was I had a minor dispute with a subscriber who was trying to challenge me. And because black men and black women, we all have so much animosity, each and every one of us. Don't let nobody fool you like, oh, I'm not pressed, I'm not bothered, I'm a black man, I can handle my own, I don't care about nobody out here. Or I'm a black woman, I'm successful, I don't care about nobody out here. I'm not bothered by what people say and think. The problem with black men and black women, we all are bothered. Yes, we are. Every last one of us, we all are bothered by what one has to say about the other. You know why? Because if we wasn't bothered, we wouldn't always do content going in on each other. It's the hypocrisy. I'm probably not even saying it wrong. The hypocrisy, the hypocrisy that comes with the I don't care about black women, but I'm always talking bad about them. Or I don't care about black men, but I can go on and on for 2-3 hours on my platform, dragging them, dogging them, and talking bad about them. And on top of that, convincing other black women to swirl. The problem with black men and black women, we care too much. Because my thing is, you're not going to address something that does not bother you. Why would you speak on something you don't care about? You care. If you could talk about black men all day, evidently you want one. You still care for one. You going on black women all day, I don't know if you're not getting the attention you want from the certain type of black woman you want. So you're using your platform to generalize and attack all black women because the one you really want ain't feeling you. I don't know. And again, this content isn't for everybody, because you do have some content creators that do need to be checked because they really be dogging the people. You got some black men who really be disrespectful towards black women. And you have some black women that are really disrespectful towards black men who do need to be checked. But let's be honest, a lot of YouTube content creators are not checking the opposite sex because they want that person to be respectful. They checking them because, again, it has everything to do with them trying to get in that space of being recognized. YouTube has become, the black YouTube sector has become nothing but a big playground. It has become all games at this point. It's become all fun and games. People are straying away from knowledge. That's becoming the most least priority. Not only that, it's gotten to a point where these successful content creators that are doing really well in a lot of these black YouTube spaces, you got those that are struggling. And let me reiterate on this. The people with the struggle platforms. You don't have to just be under 10,000 to be a struggle platform. Let's say if you had 200,000 subscribers. That's a lot of goddamn subscribers, right? Let's say if you had 200,000, but you lost maybe like 100,000 subscribers, which means you're still good. But let me tell you something. That's not good for the successful content creator, because once he or she has gotten used to reaching a certain plateau, any decrease to them speaks volumes that they're losing their fire, that their channel is not really hitting like it used to. So you even have, don't think for a second that a successful content creator still cannot become intimidated or become infuriated that of other content creators that are doing more successful than them. Because I seen a certain individual, which shall remain nameless, who felt the need to really get on the platform and address a certain female content creator that's really up there right now. She's taken over the black YouTube mainstream, and he could not wait for that moment, to seize that moment, to get on a panel with her where he was basically going in on her. And that has become the name of the game. You know what a lot of black men and black women are doing now? What they're doing is they're trying to challenge the most successful YouTuber, because if you can knock the most successful YouTuber off, that gives you a instant gratification. It gives you, it's kind of like, for instance, we all know that one bully in high school. Everybody, all of us know that one bully in high school, or that one bully in the neighborhood who just terrorized, basically, had everybody scared of them. That one bully that just tormented everybody, and nobody could never beat that bully, until one day they challenged the wrong person, and that person beat them down. Now they get all the level of respect. They get all the respect. I had it happen to me. I had a female in high school who was really popular. She had a lot of friends, she always couple of entourage with her, and for some reason she just loved to pick with me. I don't know what it was. I never was one of those females. I never bothered nobody in high school. I kept to myself. She just loved to pick with me. And I noticed she would pick with me on days when I was dressed the nicest. And I had a feeling, I said, me and this girl gonna end up having a fight, because she just will not leave me alone. Every time I turn around, she picking with me. She's saying something to me. I guess she felt like I was the weakest link. So it got to a point to where I gave her what she wanted. She kept picking with me, kept tormenting me. And once I whipped her behind, everybody in our whole school saw me in a different light. I ended up getting a whole nother level of respect that I never thought I could get. I went from being the Miss Nobody to the Miss Everybody. People who never spoke to me were speaking to me. I got a lot of respect once I challenged and bodied the pit bull. And what's going on is now you got a lot of these black male content creators and black female content creators. They are gunning. They feel like if they can conquer the most successful content creator, now that's going to give them that boost for their platform. So that's why, as a successful content creator, I'm in a sense, I kind of understand why you have people that will not, once they reach a certain level, they won't bring people on their panel. They won't bring people on their channel, because sometimes you can't. You can invite people, like my pastor said, you can invite people, you can be invited. People will invite you to something and fight you. That has happened to me. I had somebody put me on with a job, because they put me on. I already had the job, but they put me on and taught me a lot more about the job, because we were friends at the time. They supposedly at that moment, that person wanted to see me win. But when my success started standing out a little bit more than hers, she wanted to get rid of me. Some people will put you on, but once you become too big, then they want to get rid of you. You know, and that is why, as a certain successful content creator, a lot of them, a lot of the success, excuse me, I'm tongue tied, y'all. A lot of the successful content creators, you notice they're not going to bring all kind of people on their platform, because they don't want nobody more knowledgeable than them. They don't want nobody more popular than them stealing their thunder. There's content creators who have been doing their own platforms for years, won't bring a soul on there, won't do no live streams with 2-3 other people. They do it all by themselves. You know why? Because they want to always be the only one to have that success. They don't want nobody coming in, and especially if they started off doing panels and live streams with 6-7 people, if they have had people constantly branching off from them and becoming more successful than them, now they no longer want to do control panel. They no longer want to do panels anymore. They'll go to other people panels, but they're not going to bring anybody to theirs, especially if they had a movement that was really popular, and let's say 2 or 3 people left that movement and now they branch off and doing better than them. They're not going to do no more panels, because they don't want anybody else getting successful off of their platform and off of their success. So that's why you see some people, they're going to always be the only one talking. They're going to be the only ones always with the mic. The only way anybody going to come on there is if they doing a call in or something. They're not going to let another content creator, especially one that's more successful than them or just as successful than them, or they're not even going to let a struggle YouTuber like myself come on their channel, because they're going to feel like, no, she's just going to, she may get some of my clout. She may get some of my subscribers. I'm not trying to help anybody out. So the black YouTube sector has become really selfish. Everybody has gotten to a place to now where they're either all for themselves, or now they beefing with other successful content creators. That's the new level we are on now. Either do your own thing, don't put nobody on, don't bring nobody in, or just start shit with other successful content creators. Put their name in the titles, put their names in the content. And like I said, it's not all content creators aren't doing this. If it doesn't apply, you ain't got to reply. But it's too many of y'all done lost the cause. Y'all done lost the real purpose of your content. You beefing now. You went from bringing knowledge to bringing beef. You need to go back to your purpose. Because let me tell you something. It's easy to get caught up in this YouTube chaos. It is. Because honestly, all of us are going through some personal things behind these damn keyboards. And sometimes it's easy to want to vent your frustration out on anybody, especially if it's somebody that goes against your narratives. It's easy to use them as a target and attack them and go after them, because that's your way of venting out your frustration. But you got to be careful with how far you are willing to go to get your recognition or to build your channel or your platform. And one way you don't want to do it is by stepping on somebody's toes. Get back to your purpose, and in due time, your success will surface. You don't have to tear people down to get to where you're going. You don't have to put people names in your titles to get people to click on. Oh, let me see what he got to say about her. Let me see what she got to say about him. And the thing about it is, some of these successful content creators, they're smart. They're not responding because they know that's what these struggle platforms want. A lot of these successful content creators, they're not straying away because they scared. They be like, oh yeah, she ain't gonna come up. She ain't gonna come up. She ain't gonna she ain't gonna do no 101 with so and so. I don't blame you. If I'm already doing well, I got over 20,000 subscribers. What the hell I want to respond to a struggle under 10,000, under 5,000? What I want to help them for? Why I want to go toe to toe? That's wisdom. You a successful content creator, ain't no need in arguing with a struggle platform content creator, so you could bring them on your platform and help them get clout, help them get more fans. It's stupid. It's dumb. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down. I just felt this needed to be addressed because I see too many black women especially doing this, and I see black men that are doing it. You know, give your channel time to grow authentically on its own. You don't have to throw somebody else up under the bus, or bash or tear down somebody else. Your success, if it's meant for you, it's gonna come to you anyway. Some people are just gifted. You got some people that are gifted enough to where their success can blow them up overnight. And then you have others that they're going to have to crawl for a while before they get successful. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that instant popularity based on the foundation of beef, that's not going to get you nowhere. If it's getting you somewhere now, it's going to catch up with you later. These people, like I said, these successful content creators, they know people in high places. They're going to send their trollers. They're going to send people to knock you off. You don't know who they knew. You don't know who these successful content creators know in the YouTube, up in the YouTube ladder. They may know some of these CEO YouTubers. They may be breaking them off some good bread. Let me tell you something. YouTube is going to protect the most popular content creators because those are the ones making the money. Us struggle content creators like myself, they don't care nothing about knocking me off because they're not really making no money off of me. I don't have time to challenge other YouTubers. I'm doing me. You know, I'm trying to, build based on my own knowledge, based on my own, success. And I just think black folks, y'all have lost the cause, man. Y'all are going a whole nother direction now. You done lost your purpose. So anyway, y'all, leave your opinion below. Let me know what y'all think about this. Are y'all starting to notice there's a lot of struggle channels that are now going after the most successful content creators to earn clout? What is your opinion on it? We don't have to say names or anything, but I'm just wondering, maybe I'm the only one who noticing this. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Ladies, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Mocha's Ladies Lounge channel. I need at least 100 subscribers so I can start doing some content over there. For those of you who are interested in cable, I know a lot of y'all like that P-Valley that's getting ready to come up on Stars. Let me tell you something. I got over 12,000 channels, all right? A lot of y'all have not been hitting me up. I have the hookup for that cable, man. Over 12,000 channels. You get like 15 HBOs, 9 Stars, 12 Cinemaxes, like 10 Showtimes. You get free pay-per-view events. I'm telling you, I got the works. You want to save some money, only $26 a month, and you just have to buy your Fire Stick and have high-speed internet over 25 gigabytes or higher to get good streaming. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to get ready to shut it down. And again, I got those recipes that's going to be coming soon. Please make sure y'all hitting the notification bell. Make sure your notification bell is set for all, not for personalized, so you do not miss out on my content. So I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care. It's your girl, your diva in knowledge. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Take care.